What the heck should you be saying in your video that actually gets people to A, watch, B, makes you look super cool, and C, gets people to actually engage in your content? No one wants to publish a video and get crickets when you release it, right? So I want to share with you the exact YouTube script template that I use for all of my videos and I've taught to all of my clients and students. Are you ready? So the first thing before you even come up with any content for your video is to determine what the goal of your video is going to be. Now I know you came here for a script template and I'm going to give you all 4 elements of that script template, but before you can even fill out these elements, you really need to understand what the goal of your video is. Because what happens in most YouTube videos I see from people is you're trying to get people to do too many things. You're trying to get them to subscribe, to like, to comment, to get them on your email list, to get them to work with you. There's a lot of things going on there. So with one video, you need to have one clear goal in mind. Is it to get them to subscribe? Is it to get them to watch more videos, to comment, or to send them to your email list? So the very first thing before we jump into the template is decide on what's the one goal for every single one video. Now, if you're not sure what the goal of your video should be, I talk about all the different strategies you can implement in your YouTube video in my new program, the Video Strategy Academy. So if you're interested in learning more and becoming a student of mine, I will link to that page down below so you can check it out. Now let's move on to that template. So the very first element to your video, once you have your goal, is your hook. Now, this is often overlooked and why so many people struggle with audience retention. And when you struggle with audience retention, you're going to struggle with getting more people to see your video. You see, YouTube really values videos that people watch longer. So if you're not focusing on your hook, the first 5 to 10 seconds of your video, you're bound to lose a lot of audience retention. Generally, I see most people who come to me drop about 50 to 60% of their audience retention in the first 15 seconds. Why? Because they didn't really focus on their hook. So what should your hook include? First things first, you need to make sure you're saying something. Don't have like a little graphic intro pop up or, photos and videos of you. You have got to be the very first thing that they see and you really got to grab their attention. You also need to make sure that first 5 to 10 seconds really ties in with the title and thumbnail of that video. Because the whole reason they are on your video is because your title and your thumbnail got them to click. So let's say this video was titled How to Script Your First YouTube Video. You would hope that I had something to say about a YouTube script at the very beginning of the video. Otherwise, you're like, is she actually going to talk about that? So that's why when I talk about the YouTube content creation process, the very first thing you need to come up with is the title of your video. So then you can really prepare the hook of your video that ties into that title. Then you just really want to focus on getting them engaged, getting them enticed, really thinking about who that viewer is going to be and what are they struggling with for that reason they are coming to your channel. If you're an educational channel, you're really thinking about those pain points. Maybe if you're an entertainment channel, what's going to grab their attention? What's going to want to make them keep watching your video? What can you tease to make them want to know the outcome? So let's throw in an example here. Let's say you teach how to build a blog, right? How to make money from a blog. And your video is all about how to make money from a blog, right? You've really got to hone in on that pain point of that viewer that could be clicking on your video about how to make money on their blog. So you might say something like, if you're tired of writing for your blog and not making a monthly 5-figure income, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to change so you can start making $1,000 extra from your blog every single month. Can you see that's talking directly to their pain point? For someone who may click on a video that says how to make money with their blog, it really ties into what they're struggling with, and you're telling them you're gonna walk them through this easy process to show them how to make $1,000 extra a month. So that really hooks them. Also, bonus point here, if you can incorporate the word you in the first 5 to 10 seconds, it is a proven fact that you are more likely to keep that person watching longer. Now, once you have that title and your hook, then you can start diving into the meat of your content. What you're really going to be teaching or the story you're going to be telling. Now, you can add a little buffer intro between the hook and your personal introduction, but just realize this should not be any longer than 5 seconds, and it's really going to be seen as a hurdle for the viewer to get to your main content. You could see audience retention drop off, and you may decide that it's not even necessary for you. In fact, we've recently started taking out the bumper in my videos, and I've seen my audience retention increase. So that's up to you, something for you to test and see if it's actually working. Then you're gonna move into a very, very quick intro of who you are and what value you provide to your audience. So if this is the first time that they're coming to your channel, they get your name and your value proposition. So for me, my name is Trina, and I help you build the confidence to show up on YouTube. Super simple, super quick, so that they're getting to that content quickly. These should be into the meat of that content within the first 30 seconds or less of your video. Now, here's where I get the question about when to ask people to subscribe. And here are my thoughts. I have tested this on my channel in the past few months, and I've actually seen a decrease in audience retention when I ask people to subscribe. So I've been leaving ask to subscribe out of my calls to actions. I've also tested with clients as well, and we've seen an increase in audience retention when we don't directly ask them to subscribe. Now, you can put in like a little graphic intro like I'm doing right here that shows the subscribe button and the click, but I would suggest and consider not even asking people to subscribe, because if your content is good and they like what you're sharing, they're going to subscribe. So that's just a little side note. So now it's time to script that content. And when I say script, you can write it full out, word for word, exactly what you want to say, or you can do bullet points. For me, I like to force myself to do bullet points. I will script word for word my hook because we know how important that hook is. But when it comes to the content points, if I try to script word for word, I get too wrapped up and stressed out over saying exactly what I wrote. When I write bullet points, I at least know the direction that I want to take the content, and I can talk a little more freely with you so I can connect with you and share my personality a little bit more instead of getting so stressed up and wrapped up on what exactly I'm saying, instead of being able to share it in a more authentic way. Does that make sense? So when you're breaking down these bullet points or you're scripting out your content, it's important to remember to follow easy steps, tips, advice, any way to take that person through your content step by step, point by point, so it's easy to consume. You also want to make sure you're not adding in any extra fluff. Remember, your audience retention is key here, and you just want to give them the best content that gets them to succeed at the end of your video. You can also script in questions to get people engaged, because we don't want to post a video that no one wants to engage in. So let me know down in the comments below, do you use a script for your videos right now, or some type of plan before you film? Let me know how you prepare your YouTube videos down in the comments. And when you ask people comments like that, you're giving them a reason to respond. You're giving them a reason to comment instead of just hoping somebody writes a comment. You can also have calls to action while you're talking. Like if you think a script template is totally going to change the way you plan your videos, hit that like button right now so I know you're following me. See how I had a call to action to get some engagement to ask you to hit that like button? So you can start incorporating these engagement call to actions while you're writing your script and that meat of your content. You can also start mentioning other videos that you have on your channel. This will start getting the viewer to realize that you have a lot more content to offer them. So you might have something when you're explaining how to grow a YouTube channel. I might say something like, now if you're just getting started with 0, make sure you watch the video where I walk you through how to get to your first 1,000 subscribers right after this video. I will link it down in the comments for you to watch next. So then they start to realize, they see that little thumbnail pop up that you have more content, and they'll start binging your videos. While you are scripting this portion of your video, you'll also want to think about how can you keep that video more engaging. Can you add text like this? Can you add B-roll like this? Or can you screen share what you're actually talking about? So when I'm talking about how I write my script, I can B-roll how I write my scripts and what my scripts actually look like on my computer. Generally, you want to think about how you can change the scene or add something to your video about every 10 seconds. You need to keep your audience engaged, and just changing things up about every 10 seconds is really going to help people stay engaged and keep them watching to the end. All right, now we're moving on to a very critical step to scripting your videos. And honestly, this step could make or break your video pretty much, meaning this step could get YouTube to recommend your content to more people. So when you're getting to the end of your video, you do not want to tell people your video is almost over. You don't want to say things like in summary or in conclusion or that's it. You want to remember to get your audience to at least the last 20 seconds of your video. That's when you can add end screens to get people people to watch another video of yours. And I have seen significant growth on YouTube channels where the videos are getting people to the end and clicking through over 13, 14, sometimes 20% of the end screen is being clicked through to another video. YouTube skyrockets the promotion of that video and that channel really takes off. So the best way to add this into your script is knowing exactly what video you want to recommend to that viewer next. You don't just want to send them to some video, you want to give them a clear reason why they need to watch your next video that you're going to add in your end screen. This is going to increase your click-through rate at least a couple percent when you give them a specific video to watch next. Now, if it's your very first video that you're posting and you don't have a video up, or you don't have that video up yet that you want to recommend, you can add text on your screen that says video coming next week. And then when you add that end screen over top of that text is gone. Then your call to action is watch the next video in this series. It's on your screen right now. And if you don't have that video up, it'll say video coming next week. And then when you do, you can add that end screen on later. The key here is creating a script that gets people engaged, that gets people watching, and gets people to binge watch your videos. This is how you're going to grow your channel significantly and really get YouTube to put your content out to more people. Now, if you're ready to get more serious with YouTube, specifically in your business growth, I am hosting a free training where I'm going to show you how to use YouTube to increase your email subscribers. I have countless students who have done this, and I'm ready to break it down and show you my secrets. I'm going to link to that training down below. All you need to do is click over there, give me your email so I can save you a seat inside of that class. And if you're ready to start filming videos, but you don't really have any ideas yet or what your first video should be, watch the video that's on your screen right now where I walk you through some of the best first video ideas you can create on your channel. Click on that video and I'll see you over there.